Hello friends, today we're going to be working in the ledger journal with 3 sets of the free printables. Number 1 is the faux vintage fabric. Number 2 is the retro rainbow with the vintage colors. Am I missing a page? Oh no, there it is. And number 3 are these cool vintage background papers. So a bunch of different looks. So these ones, to me, feel like we could just, they're not as tall as the ledger, right? Because once we cut off that bit. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to tear them. And I am going to put them catty corner, across here. And I need to cut out, my printer doesn't print to the edge. I know that some printers do. I don't have one of those fancy Sunday go-to-meeting printers that prints across the edge. I don't have to cut off this side because it'll be sticking out over the edge. And then I can just cut the whole thing off. Oh, and these are free printables from my freebie store. So if you like a free printable, you might want to pick them up. And I'll put them, they're not all done right now. Some of them aren't released. Somewhere along the way, I lost my vintage photo archival, which is a bummer. It's here somewhere. They don't just disappear. But let's go ahead and grunge this up a bit. I don't want this bright white edge on this printable, although I do like how it looks with the shabbiness. Oh, I bet you it's in one of my working trays. I have trays of projects that I have, we'll call it paused on, but mostly abandoned, and I'll come back to them someday when I feel like it. And now that I see that, I feel like we kind of do have to do this other side so it doesn't look too weird. Okay, great. Now, and I want as big a space as I can get left in the middle. So we're going to come back here. And I want those little birdies. And I don't really care. How far over does this go? Will that kind of match up? Nope. We cut off a fair piece of that. So we need to cut probably, I don't know, 1 inch off of this side to kind of even it up visually. And I am going to keep this little piece of fluff. These guys can go. Okay. Okay, we're going to get our Nuvo glue, our favorite paper crafting glue, out. And it's my favorite because my biggest priority is glue that always works. And I have had, oh shoot, this is going to be hanging off the edge. So we got to kind of do this so we can catch that side. But I've been working with the glue in my craft room. And there is some that just, oh, yay. Oh, I did that backwards. I can't remember what kind of glue it is, but it is not managing itself well. And I have to stick a pin in it every 5 seconds, which annoys me. Okay, so there's that one. And then let's come down here. I kind of like that honey, right? So we're just going to make this a straight half and half, right? Some of the other ones aren't going to be so specifically half and half or structured as they were on the papers, but I think that one's fun. All right, let's do one more. Ooh, that one's got a plain background. Do we have something fun? What do we have? Ooh, I love that. I love this thing. I am going to Ooh, I have my paper cutter right here, and I do kind of want this to be straight and pretty. So, I'm a righty paper cutter. All right, so we want it to come kind of, I don't mind if there's a little pink. I got no pink. Me. Okay. Cool. Oh, look at these. Maybe not that one, but this one for sure. That one has a flower on it. Color on an edge will have it. And I am going to plop this one right in the middle. There we go. Easiest background ever. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back a few. I like to mix them up. That's another plain page. Let's do this one. All right. Ooh, I love this. So funny. I'm like, I love this one. I love this one. Well, of course I love them. I made them. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to come along this swoop. I should probably use a little bit better pair of scissors for this. Okay, I can go a little bit further to try to get that whole thing in there. I don't know if I'm going to get the whole, I think I can get it. I'll get most of it. So now let's stop and think about other things we have. Do we want to, oh, you know what I want to do? I know what I want to do. I'm going to put these two together because, see, I've cheated myself some space. And now I can okay, so let's call this, we'll go to the 5. Well, let's go to the 2. 2, 2, and 2. And then we got a nice big piece. Now, you might wonder, when I'm done with this project, I don't save all those printed things out because I have a really cool printer that works well. And so it does not behoove me to save little scraps of paper when I can just print it out again. And I remembered this time to use best quality, so they look real pretty. On your printer settings, if your printables aren't printing out the way you want them to, go ahead and check and see if you can say best quality. Okay, so we're going to come here and see where, I don't want to overlap it too much because that makes it really bulky in my journal. And I have bulky journals to begin with. So the more that I can kind of not have a ton of overlap, the better. Oh, look, a cat hair. Imagine that. The cat, and my husband encourages this, the cat sits on the back of my chair, which is fine. She's adorable. She's a nice girl, but she likes to let me know she's there by pricking me with her claws. We don't have her declawed because we found out it was very hurty to the cat. And so I'm going to do this one up because I don't know where that's going to end. That it wasn't good to declaw them. So she has her claws. And I'm allergic to cats. I'm not like sneezy allergic to them anymore, but they're her toenails and her dander and stuff, when she presses them into my skin, make me itchy. And so Kitty and I have a grand old time yelling at each other because she wants to sit and make biscuits on my back, and I don't want her to because it hurts. Love hurts. Oh God, I was singing on the internet again. I hate when that happens. Okay, come on. Gotta move you down. There we go. Ooh, that's really pretty. I love the way that looks. And we'll cut that off later. Let's glue this one down. And isn't that cool? Let's make that even. I just feel like that'll be a fun background, kind of like a store. I don't know. Looks like a store to me. Okay. Let's do some for another kind of background. I love these. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to make, so this one, I kind of wish I'd done sideways stripes because I want to see the long bits of it. So we're gonna cut off the edge. And I think for this one, I'll do a mix and match. So I'm going back to 2. I really liked how wide the 2 was. I'm 99% sure it means 2 inches. But on the off chance it doesn't, I don't want to look like a goober. Oh, it is inches. Inches right there. Okay, so then we have this piece. And what do I want to pair with it? I think if ever given a choice, I always pick Harlequin. And these ones I'm going to do up and down because I want the long Harlequin patterns, but we might cut them shorter. Let's just do 2 for now, and we'll see if we need more. Not a very good cutter. Let's cut the white off of this. I don't want a white edge along there. So we could do this, like opposites, and do that across opposites. That could be kind of fun, don't you think? I like that the purples match up. I think I shall do that. Or do we want it to be fancier? It's the background. It's just a little bit to put in the back and judge it up just a little bit. There we go. And then let's cut this off partway over. This is just a really nice way to knock together some backgrounds fast. Hi, Kitty. Oh, sweet Jesus, she's found me. Kitty has found me. Hi, honey. There's a gate up and she can't get through, so now she's wicked mad. Kind of weirder edge that way. And there you go. But I want to add a number. Oh, I love 3. Oh, I love 3, 4. That's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to cut between here. I love 7, 3, 4. It's almost like I made this for me. So let's do 3, 4. And I'm going to have that come right down over here. When you see junk journals and you think, oh, that's awesome. It's so impressive. What you're responding to is all the different layers of stuff or journals or mixed media or anything like that. What you're doing is you're responding to the fact that there's a lot to look at on the page. So when you're doing your backgrounds, we're going to flip this around. Do one this way because I'm doing this journal half upside down, the other side half other upside down, so that I don't have to fuss with trying to work right-handed on a left-handed page. Okay, I am going to take off a fair bit of this, and our 2 ends. And this is the Tim Holtz mixed media cutter. I love it. And then we're going to, does this one, oh, you can't drop it in. I'm going to have to go to a different mixed media cut. We're going to have to go to a different cutter. So we're going to use this one. Okay. And we're going to say, no. We're going to say 3.5. We're going to go like this. That didn't work what I wanted to do. We're going to say, it won't matter. We're going to say 4. And we're going to say, and then I want to go across here. Oh, this isn't doing what I want, but it's fine. This is way further down. I'm thinking it's at the head of it. It's at the tail of it. Anyways, this is what I want to do, is have a frame. I feel like that's kind of cool. Nobody will notice there's extra cuts. And you know what? We'll fix it, because I know you're going to be upset about it. We'll use our leftover pieces and fix that and make it even fancier. I'll show you. Okay, so I kind of want it like right up. I'm going to put the fatter part towards the bottom because that's what would happen in the real world with physics. Heavier things are at the bottom. So now let's see what we have for a cute little border. This will make an adorable border. All right, so now let's go to the 4. All right, we're just gonna have to eyeball it. I'm gonna pull it down here so I can get it close where I can see it. It's close. Oh, I think it moved. It did move. It's hard when it's little and it's got a guard. It's got a guard so we don't cut our fingers off, okay? So let's call a spade, and based on this little experience right here, it appears to be a good idea to have a guard. There we go. Those can go there. And then we need, yeah, let's not get too crazy. Let's keep it all the same pattern so that the background doesn't overtake the foreground. And I'm going to flip one of these around so they're not so matchy-matchy, right? Well, that's kind of the perfect length. Look at me. I am so smart and pretty. Okay, here we go. And if I got all fancy about it, I could even cut that hole out using an X-Acto knife and make it an actual hole. That could be fun too. I might do that. I don't know. We won't be doing it together. Because after this, I'm going to make you a little video about finding new things. And then I'm going to use the new things to work on my journal. I think I want to do one more with you with the flowers because they're so pretty. Flip this. I did not cut that very straight. Do not use your good scissors to cut glue. That is awesome. That is just how I had that in my head. So cool. All right, where's our flowers? Look at those dark and brooding flowers. Oh, these ones. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we need those ones off to the side. We need these ones off to the side. Let's use this one on a page. Okay, I wouldn't do it on the back of this page because what I've found is when I do them back to back and I have hanging over edges, it makes it really hard to find where the edge of the page is. So I would go back a page. Let's see, do we think this is going to go really well with something else in the stash? Don't know if I'm loving that. Ooh, yes. There we go. So for this one, I'm going to cut this one in half just because I like this blue color. I am a teal kind of gal. So we're going to just cut this in half-ish. And I'm going to put it right in the middle of a page. And then we're going to take this flower, because there's yellow in here and there's yellow in here. I wouldn't necessarily do it with this red flower, right? It could be okay, but it doesn't really, like, to me, feel perfect. But we're going to do this. And I'm going to outline it very broadly. Right, there's a ton of that sheet music around still. We're just going over here. Gonna kind of make this a little ratty. And I'm not keeping this. Lovely flowers is a very pretty word. Okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of... Oh, and we have a stamp down here, so we can go around that stamp and straight over. And let's see what that looks like. I want more of the flower and less of the green thing. So we're gonna orientate it this way. Okay, I lied to you. I don't like it with the outside, so I am going to take my Tim Holtz fussy cutting scissors, and I am going to fussy cut this and be right back. Okay, that just took a couple minutes. I like fussy cutting. If you don't like fussy cutting, you don't have to fussy cut anything. Just do what I did the first time, maybe outline it. I felt like with the background paper and the pattern paper of the ledger journal and all the stuff going on, I was losing background and I was starting to have, you know, like focal point vibes. Too much. Oh, see, I think that's snazzy. If I'd have really thought about it, I might have left it not stuck down, because now I'm kind of stuck with this as a place to put stuff, but maybe this is the focal point. I don't know. All right. Now let's go back to some of these other borders I made the other day. This one we could do one on. Maybe not. Okay, this one. So this is magazine collage border. This is the right side up page and this is the upside down page. So what I'm going to do with this one is, let's see, we got kind of a brown and yellow. And I'm just going to make a circle right around this one. And then let's do, yeah, let's keep it to this. I'm thinking, well, we can do this fun corner one. And if I wasn't with you, more than likely I would cut these out, like fussy cut them. I am going to fussy cut these. I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not going to stick them down because I do want to fussy cut them. So say we have a couple. I might even put this in a corner of the inside. Oh, I like that. Rather than on the outside, and kind of move it around. And then let's grab this one. So you can use them as whole pages, or you can just take little bits and bobs of them and cut them up and put them on your pages. So we're gonna designate these here. Let's find a different colored background page. Ooh, there's gray. Ooh, gray. And I have washi tape to fill it in. But I feel like I could also fill it in with something jazzier. Like that. Look at that. That's fun. Okay, and I'm going to get one for here. I want a smaller one. let's do this one because it won't matter that we can't get it all. And then I want one over here. Ooh, the red one. I heard you yell, you're like the red one. So yes, you can use these papers as backgrounds, and you can also cut them up for more of a mixed media look. This would be more of a modern look than you would have with the junk journals, which tend to be very vintage. But if you want to do something a little bit more, oh, I hate that. I hate that there was a weird line right there with the border. And there you have it. This is why I never stress out if my border doesn't actually go all the way around, because I know at some point there's probably going to be some stuff I'm going to add to it that will mean you'll never notice it. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. I was trying to give you guys a general overview about how to mix and match the sets. So this is magazine collage and the vintage fabrics. This is just retro vintage rainbow, some fabrics with magazine collage, vintage romantic pages with fabric. So there's, you know, none of them, this is from another day. This is vintage retro papers. So you can use these any way you want. Just cut them up. There's the background of one of them just cut up with a border of the regular page around it. So you can use these any way you want. Hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.